Well, hello, my beautiful Librans. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your twin flame reading for the end of October, right through the end of November 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pertain to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings, and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Librans, this is your twin flame reading for those twins who are currently in separation. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. The first pile will be your pile of how you're feeling about this twin flame connection right now. Second pile will be your person's pile, and the third pile is the unified energy of how things are going to come together. So let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Librans? What do they need to know regarding their twin flame connection? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to see at this time? What lessons are they learning? What has affected this twin flame connection for there to be the rite of passage, the separation period? Now, I want you to be aware if anyone is mentally, physically, or emotionally abusive, that is not a twin flame connection. That is more likely to be a false flame connection, and it will drain you of your beautiful love and waste your wonderful time, okay? There's lots online about what it means to be in a twin flame connection, but essentially it is a magnetic relationship. You're drawn to your person. Both parties are in the same frequency. You're like magnets, identical in polarities. There is a typical form, which means there's a runner, a chaser, and a separation period. It doesn't happen all the time, of course. Sometimes there's 2 runners. So please apply it to your situation, but the typical form is a runner, a chaser, and a separation period, which is a test of the twin flame dynamic. Now, I would say it's very important to recognize that a twin flame union is actually a spiritual awakening. It's not actually a physically romantic relationship per se. It's more of a process that prepares us to release lower vibrational energy that keeps us stuck in fear. There tends to be some sort of traumatic experience or difficult, painful experience that each twin has before they even meet their twin. So when they meet their twin, it amplifies those fears or anything that has not been healed so that both parties can actually step into that period of personal discovery and healing. It is a relationship that is often taken alone in order to make sure that both parties discover true happiness within before they can connect to another. Now, of course, the purpose of the twin flame dynamic is to trust unconditional love. A lot of twins tend to have abandonment issues, not all, of course, but there tends to be some sort of wounding, whether it's insecurities, trust issues, codependency, maybe even addictions. For some, it can even be like materialism. Obsessed with money, so they choose career over love. So please apply it to your situation. Of course, meeting your twin, there tends to be a twin who is emotionally ready to surrender to the union. That tends to be the chaser. And then the runner, if you think about a twin flame dynamic, it's a mirrored relationship. You are twins, so both of you are emulating patterns, and you meet in a very similar vibration. So when you look at your twin, you're essentially seeing things within yourself that needs to be healed. These things are amplified to make sure that you cannot miss it and you cannot run away from it. However, the twin who is the runner, they tend to look in that mirror. When they look at their twin, they see all the things within themselves that they've been running away from their whole life. So they keep running because they feel overwhelmed. Often twins who are the runner, they don't trust unconditional love, and there are things there like self-doubt. They reject their twin because they are rejecting a part of themselves. They're actually not implementing self-care routines or any of those things. They're in a cycle of denial, let's put it that way. So although it feels like a rejection, it actually is them projecting their feelings to push their twin away, because often twins who are the runner, they feel unlovable. But it can be both parties feel that way to some degree, and both parties are meant to be separate to understand that your happiness is not tied up with another person. So very complex relationship. It's a formed sacred union as a result of shared difficulty and pain. And of course, your twin reflects back to you your greatest strengths, but also your greatest weaknesses. Now, often people say, well, why don't people just talk about that? Why don't they just have a conversation? But, you know, humans are very complex creatures, and twin flames, or people in general who often have had some level of trauma, they find it really hard to articulate their feelings, okay? They actually feel so overwhelmed by emotion that they cannot say how they truly feel. They slip into unhealed responses. Okay, the ego fights really hard to hold on to those typical patterns or typical responses, and it's very hard to let go. There often has to be an ego death before both parties can come together. And the twin flame who is a runner tends to have that ego death, because the twin flame who is the chaser normally has already experienced that and gone through a dark night of the soul energy, major metamorphosis. But you've got the Tower here at the end of this particular twin flame dynamic, which means there is an awakening here. And I feel there is an abrupt shock, because I feel you've got the Ten of Swords and we've got the Star energy and the Tower. So this can indicate that there is a surprising dialogue that is going to occur for you in this person, where both of you kind of really like lay it out on the line. Okay, so I feel it's not done, but I need to get into the energy before we move forward. I like to explain what twin flames are like before I get to the reading, just for those who have not come to my channel before. Welcome, of course, but often it's there to sort of discuss what it means to be in a twin flame connection whilst I'm actually, you know, shuffling the cards. So your first card there is the test, and you've certainly been tested by this dynamic. I feel a lot of you, it's caused a test of faith. Okay, I feel a lot of you, there's an energy of like, why? If there is love, if this person loves, why are we separate? Why has it gone this way? And some of you may even be wondering, are twin flames real? Is it something that's like in your mind that you're thinking there was this really deep, intense bond? The answer is no, it's not in your mind. This person's definitely your twin flame. I mean, they've got the Wheel of Fortune. They know that they were destined to meet you. They know that this is a fated relationship, but they also have the Five of Swords. They tend to self-sabotage a lot, this person. Again, that's not an excuse. I'm not here to give anyone an excuse. I'm here to understand both sides so I can understand an outcome. But I feel with this card for you in particular, and I will read it in a moment, there's an energy here of creating higher boundaries, okay? I feel healthier, higher boundaries are important in this particular dynamic, and I feel that there's been a very destructive pattern that's gone on. I feel like you've definitely had a cycle with this person, and I feel like there's an energy where, and don't shoot the messenger when I say this, it's almost like a perceived energy, like this person, if they act out in a very unhealed or, you know, I want to say immature energy, okay? If they do that, it's almost like they expect you to just forgive. Okay, and I feel like in the past, although you have said your piece and you've tried to really, you know, lay it on the line for this person before, you tried to save this relationship and tell them how you really feel. I feel ultimately, because there's so much love in this connection, ultimately I feel like you did forgive certain behaviors that this person tends to find themselves emulating. We'll find out why in a moment. It's like they have certain patterns that even before they met you, they just slipped into all the time. And with you, I feel they, to some degree, did the same sort of thing, but eventually you called them out on it and said, enough. Okay, you didn't want to have to step away from this connection because you love this person so deeply. You know that you've met your twin. We've got the King of Wands here. And we've got the Four of Swords. So right now, I feel, especially with the clouds energy for you, you've made yourself very elusive. You've taken a step back. I feel like you are empowering yourself and basically taking back your power in the situation. And when you do that, you know, I always discuss twin flames like magnets, both identical in polarities. If you think about it, you know, they draw each other, but they also repel each other. There is that space in between, which is a separation period. It is there on purpose to keep both magnets away on purpose in order to focus on their own dynamics, their own frequencies. Both twins, they have a mission in each lifetime, according to their soul contract. So whilst they come together to amplify things that need to be healed so they can raise vibrations, they also have something else they need to focus on. And when those parties focus on whatever it is they have as their true life's mission and purpose, then you will come together in a match. But if both parties remain in the same energy and, you know, one magnet goes towards the other one and the other one comes back, it's always going to perpetuate a cycle. It's never going to go anywhere. So let's say if this is the chaser, all the energy, care, devotion, and sometimes obsession has to be put into their own life's mission or into themselves in order to be on a path of discovery, personal evolution there. Then, of course, this magnet will be drawn because the frequency in this magnet has now changed. So it also encourages this one, the runner, of course, to spiritually evolve and step up and to see how their actions have had some sort of impact and consequence in the dynamic. It encourages them to step up or step out. So twin flames, you know, can they be together in this lifetime? Absolutely. But both parties need to really invest in doing the personal development work. And I always say, do not wait for your twin, because of course they will have their own timeline. And some twins are really stubborn. So it's very important for you to recognize, get busy living, doing your own thing, and in divine timing, both of you will be drawn back together when the moment is right, okay? But right now, I feel that you've been tested by this and you've stepped away. There's so much love there, but you're so confused about this, why it kind of dissolved into nothing. It's almost like you're giving this energy right now that if they did not value your presence in their life, you're going to literally show them what it means not to be in their life by stepping back. But you're actually being the catalyst for change in this dynamic, encouraging this person to spiritually mature. So I feel, you know, right now you're stepping into runner territory yourself. There tends to be a flip of the polarities before you come back together in union. And it says here, you're establishing boundaries, testing limitations. How to resolve these conflicts will determine if you will be able to stay together. So right now, you're feeling tested. Right now, you're like questioning, can we resolve this? Can this person overcome the obstacle that keeps playing out in this particular twin flame dynamic? We will find out what the issue is here, because every twin flame connection is different. So please apply it to your situation. I mean, looking at some of you, and this is not all of you, about 9% energy I've got coming through from my beautiful Librans. There's some sort of religious or belief factor there that could be an issue that, you know, love will conquer all. I want you to be aware of that, but it may be something that they need to resolve within them. But also, I feel the rest of you, your twin flame has some, well, they definitely got regret. There's sorrow and regret here. But also, I feel a level of betrayal. Okay, I have to tap into that. I'm not here to give any excuses to anybody, or, you know, everybody needs to take accountability for actions. But let's get back to your energy. We've got the clouds. You're feeling very hesitant to get back involved in this because every time you invest in it, it's almost like this person changes the goalposts. So a very immature energy. I feel that whoever you're dealing with, they were emotionally not available to accept the love that you have to offer this person. However, I do feel that this person knew that you are destined to be together. Okay, so confusing about this person. It feels like they're very wishy-washy, very inconsistent, but at the core of this person, they know that you are the one. Okay, and in the future, I mean, we've got the hearts there. This only shows up if there's love in this connection. This person is in love with you. There is love here. I mean, you've got the card of celebration as well. So it could be that either you and this person will, because I'm getting two energies right now. Either you're going to literally bump into this person at some event, but also for some of you, I feel it's more that there's a celebration, that there is a breakthrough on this particular connection, but we're going to have to get there when we get there. But ultimately, it's number 6, which means you know that this person, there's love. You can feel it, but I feel like you're questioning it because of what's gone down here. Also, I feel there is this energy of you making yourself scarce. You're not going to give any energy to this. And I feel you also are a little bit changeable about this. One moment, you know, you want to reach out. You want to actually tell this person how you feel. You want to influence the circumstances. And then the next minute you're like, no, I'm not giving to this. Actually, I never want to see this person again. I'm shutting them out. So I feel right now you're in a cycle of trying to work things out within yourself. I'm sending you a huge hug out there because, especially with the 4 swords, I feel this energy of you maybe feeling very lonely in this connection. Maybe you feel people don't understand the dynamic and you're trying to resolve it within yourself. And I feel almost there's this energy of like wishing you never met this person deep down. Okay. But obviously with the King of Wands there, you're drawn to this person. There is an intensity, a passion, a desire for this person. But I feel like you're holding yourself back or trying to retain a sense of self-control about this situation. I mean, the clouds can indicate doubt. You feel that, you know, you're not sure about this connection anymore. You were so sure. And now it's like all these dark thoughts, or you may feel this person is hiding something from you as well, is what I've got coming through here. But I feel the truth will out in this. So if they are hiding something, I feel, you know, of course, it will just be exposed. You have the Tower there, which is to expose everything. But they also have the Cross. So this is telling me this person, they're struggling with something, or they're definitely suffering with guilt, okay? But I need to tap in a little bit more to their energy. We have the 4 of Swords here for you. So this means that right now you are taking some time out of this. You've withdrawn, which is the perfect energy because you are the catalyst for change. You're changing this dynamic. You know, sometimes we have to be the change that we want to see in the world. And I feel like you are taking that power back to be the change in this dynamic, because it cannot continue the way it is continuing. So, you know, it's almost like you're trying to put your feelings on hold, even though it's like a simmering pressure cooker. You're a very passionate person. You know, I feel there is this level of wanting to perhaps move on and meet someone new. Some of you may have even opened yourself up about meeting new people, but you're still confused or still a little bit like hesitant to do that because there's still feelings for your twin. So with the 4 of Swords, you know, it's almost like a declutter, because I see so many things there on the shelf. Some of you may have gone over memories or things that perhaps you and this person have given to each other. But with that, it's like you just, you know, need to rest your mind. It's almost like you've, to some degree, conquered the action part where you're not reaching out to this person. However, they're still on your mind and you're trying to control that to some degree. Easier said than done, I know. But this card, it's like you need to take care of yourself, okay? I feel this is you withdrawing in order to protect yourself. 4 Swords tends to mean that you're protected whilst you are wishing for something to happen, or you're conflicted, you're trying to get things straight in your head right now. But this is like a lot of you trying to busy yourself so that you're not focusing on your twin as well. I feel like you're kind of launching yourself into some sort of creativity, maybe even cathartic, to get those feelings out there. But this card is like, you know, you're trying to get clarity right now on which is the best way to go. And, you know, you meditate or reflect on this situation a lot. You do feel like there is a waiting game going on, but I feel a lot of you have contemplated closure. Okay, some of you may have even messaged this person and said, you know, I need to get closure on this. I just need some answers. And it may not have been forthcoming for you, which has made you feel very isolated, very alone. I mean, the 4 Swords is a solitude card. So I feel it's like the window of opportunity for this person to be back into your life is really closing for you, because you cannot do this anymore. You're so fed up with like investing in something that just disappears, or investing in something where you don't know where you stand. The clouds feel very much like you're on like an uneven footing right now. It just feels, just when you think things are solid or things are heading in a good direction in this twin flame connection, suddenly it's like disappears, or you feel like you're falling in this connection. So again, I'm sending you a huge hug out there. Looking at your person's energy, I feel like they need to sacrifice something in order to get out of their own way, because this person self-sabotages. They got the Five of Swords. They're always in their head. They're talking themselves out of things. That doesn't help you, my beautiful Librans, but I feel this person needs to recognize that their actions are really breaking this connection down. And in order to really identify what's at the heart of this person, with the Wheel of Fortune, they are changing their life or turning it around. However, I feel you're very in a similar vibration. You're in the Four of Swords, they're in the Five of Swords. So you're like, I can't do this. I need to be alone right now. I need to protect my feelings. I feel like you're tipping into runner territory, but they've got a Five of Swords, which is like, they're always looking back. They can't let you go, but they tend to self-sabotage. They tend to somehow get in the way of this union. And I feel this person, they have a lot of pressure on them in their personal life. Again, we all have pressure, and we all make our decisions. We all have choices, and we consciously make those choices. So I feel there's something this person needs to resolve. But the King of Wands, I feel like, you're influencing the circumstances right now by taking a step back. I feel like you're trying to be inspired in different areas of your life. This is a card of mastery, mastering your emotions or your energy, and, basically taking the initiative to step out of this, like showing this person, okay, you don't want me in your life, or you can't resolve things within yourself in order to connect to a healthier union, then I'm just going to show you what my absence looks like. And you're not doing it as a game. I feel it's very much a protective energy here. Now, I'm also getting an energy of presumption. Really random word, I know. Presumption in this card. So either you had presumed that this person would have reached out by now, or you presumed that this, of course, would be a high-level commitment, that, this person would protect the sanctity of love, that you felt safe in this at first, but there was an energy of like the bottom falling through of this. I feel like you're looking for security, and I also feel, who wouldn't? You want a high-level commitment because you're passionate and you are lovable. Okay, but this person is projecting a lot of their stuff into this connection because there's something here that this person hasn't healed. Okay, and it's almost like their actions have sacrificed this union, but it's something from when they, I don't know if it's when they're younger, I'll have to tap into that, but it's before they met you. There's something that's almost like infiltrating this relationship and stunting its growth. Okay, so I'll have to tap into that. But this King of Wands energy, I feel, yes, deep down, you still have feelings for this person. You're still attracted to this person. And you're showing up, again, this is not a gender-specific reading. We've got the King of Wands here. You're a highly attractive person. You're really magnetic. People are drawn to you. You have a gravitas. I feel it's taken you a long time to regain your confidence after some of the experiences that you've had. But I feel like you are taking back your power in this dynamic, and I feel that you're going to notice a lot of people noticing you. I feel like for some of you there is a spiritual influence here. I get it either as there is a belief or religious kind of ideal that is getting in the way of this. For some of you, I think it's like 9% of you are experiencing that right now. But for some of you, I feel this is like Spirit has blocked you both on purpose so that you both kind of learn more about yourselves, what you're capable of, and connect to your true life's mission and purpose. Because this is to connect to the fire in your soul. Be creative. Take charge of your life. Take the initiative to reignite that lust for life. So I feel this is about you being inspired and taking charge of your life in some way, because you cannot be suspended or be on hold forever. Remember, get busy living. And your person, it says small challenges, but I'm not so sure they're small. But let's get to this energy now. But there are challenges. They've got the cross there, and they have small challenge. Okay, so I'll pull a card on it. It says no relationship is perfect, which is true. And when things go awry, as they will, don't be so quick to think that your relationship is over. You're learning and growing. So whenever there's issues, this person's out the door. It's like they need to leave before they get left. definitely an insecure person here, okay? So with this card, especially with the cross there, I feel like this person has been betrayed in the past. Now, of course, that's no excuse. We shouldn't allow the past to infiltrate a present relationship. But if it's been left unhealed, it can indicate that this person is very insecure. Okay, so let's pull a card on this person's energy. It's like they get defeated really quickly. It's like they get in their own head. They feel everything is a slight. Everything is personal. They're very guarded, very defensive. And it's like everything... I want to say there's like victim mode here as well. Be careful of that because that can indicate this person's quite immature. I would say that they're not in the vibration of offering you the love that you truly deserve and desire at this moment in time. However, they are turning their life around. And I do see, they're mixing things up right now. Temperance card, they're needing to learn balance and harmony. But also this is a strong indication that both parties have been separate on purpose to focus on your life mission. This is an indication that you are both being asked to focus on life's meaning and purpose as a separate entity. I'm just going to get one more card. I'm going to find out in a moment. Nine of Swords. This person, all up in their mind, haunted by something. Nine of Swords is a card of being haunted by the past, or almost like, like a nightmare. It's like when they wake up, there's still the nightmare. Something's going on with this person. Now, for some of you, not all of you, but your twin may have lost somebody. They're deep in grief, okay? Again, if you're a cross watcher, I'm sending you a huge hug out there as well. Sometimes when grief is so overwhelming, there's like a barrier of protection, and it's like you cannot connect to anything and sometimes cannot function the way that you would normally function. Totally get that. So some of you, I'm getting an energy, especially if there's grief involved for the twin. And if you know this to be true about your twin, my beautiful Librans, grief can sometimes teach us that when we love, and we love hard, love can be taken away. To love and lose in different circumstances can be very hard to overcome. So whether a person has been betrayed and they loved and lost, or whether they are in grief because they loved and lost and a person has transitioned or passed over to the spiritual realm, and that doesn't have to be like an ex or a previous love relationship. It can be a family member, and it's like they cannot give to love right now because they're feeling that love can be taken from them. So there's something about this person. Now, it could be that they witnessed something. I'm talking about your twin now. Your twin may have witnessed a parent or guardian passing when they were younger, or it could be someone really close to them. Doesn't have to be family related, and it kind of like put the brakes on how deeply they go in love because they're in fear of a person that they truly love and desire being taken away. So if they've been and they've perceived that they have been destroyed by an experience that haunts them, it can mean it sort of filters out into how they feel about relationships, that if they love too hard, and twin flames go deep, okay? It's a very intense, passionate, obsessive sometimes relationship, which can actually be a negative aspect of twin flames. We're all very complex humans, but as I mentioned before, if anyone is emotionally, physically, or mentally abusive, and I don't see that happening with this person, then that is not your twin, okay? Twins are not like that. They more have an internal battle to deal with, and I feel this is something that your person is going through. Now, I'm not here to make anyone feel sorry for anybody. I'm here to try and understand what's going on with this twin flame dynamic at first, so that I can understand the outcome, okay? Now, this can indicate that this person is in sorrow, okay? If you look up the meaning of the Lenormand deck, the cross, it is about, of course, obstacles or something challenging, but it feels like this person sacrificed love because they're in sorrow or they're suffering something that they feel they don't want their twin to get involved in, or they feel a little bit like they carry the burden of something, or they carry something along with them which feels heavy and they cannot let go of, and it almost feels like they're punishing themselves by not opening up to love. Okay, so this may not resonate with everyone, but I have to honor the cards that come out and the energy that I feel in the twin flame dynamic that I'm reading for. It's always going to be a different twin flame dynamic that I'm reading for, but this is what I'm picking up in this particular reading. But this person, your twin, has a lot of regret on how they have sabotaged this connection, because their next card is the Five of Swords. Okay, Five of Swords is someone who has an inner battle, and it's almost like they okay, thank you so much, I'm so grateful. I am being given here an energy that this person has a lot of self-loathing. Okay, a lot of self-loathing. So this person is learning to love themselves, and they cannot give love to anybody else until they do that. Okay, so this is going to be a process. Got to be honest with you here. Can you come together? All the outcome cards are telling me yes. Okay, but I'm going to pull a card and see what is at the core of this person. Can you please show me a little bit deeper? The Cross, Queen of Cups. So this person, I feel like they have experienced love. They're actually a very sensitive person, whoever this person is. I feel like emotional security is more important to them, and I feel like they're very self-sufficient as well. They're here to nurture themselves. I feel they have to heal, okay? I actually see that they're a natural healer, but they're not tapping into their skills. They're here to learn about unconditional love. And I feel like they had unconditional love from somebody. Now, this could be a parent or guardian, okay? Parental type figure. Doesn't have to be, but could also be that they've loved and lost. Two of Wands. Now, the Two of Wands can indicate that they have a yearning for love, right? So they do want love. Two of Wands it's an energy of like looking at their progress in life. It's an energy of trying to align with a period in their life where they can be open to love, because of course the Queen of Cups is to be open to love, to open to fall in love. They have a lot of empathy, and I feel like they actually are in love with you. They would not be getting these cards if they did not have feelings for you, but there's an energy here of sensitivity and gosh, look at this. Yeah, I feel it's like a parental type figure who may be in spirit on the maternal side, okay? Again, it doesn't have to be, but I'm picking up this energy of this person knowing that you're the one for sure. I mean, look, you've got the King and Queen of Cups there. So this is love. But also we have the Empress energy, which can represent a parent or a guardian type figure, someone who offered unconditional love. Okay, so it's like this was removed. We got the Justice card here. I mean, for some of you, not all of you, this could represent a divorce. This person has been in a high-level commitment in the past or got married and is divorced. And it could be that this person, you know, they feel that love is always over there, or whenever they invest in love, it always kind of somehow leaves them hanging. So they have made a choice to not really invest in love right now because they're in a protective measure. But I would say there's love here. I don't see third-party situations. I know there's three people here, but they're on very different vibrational energies. This represents a couple, and this represents like a parental type figure, unless you just have the Empress energy and the Emperor together, which can represent divine counterpart energy. But the way I'm picking up your person's energy is this person has loved someone and lost them, and they were very dear to them, and they kind of like put love on hold, or it was like it threw them into a period where they just want to explore the world. They want to focus on themselves. They need to find balance. I'm being given energy of interposition. You know, I don't actually know what that word means. I'm going to have to look that up. Interposition? Interposition? I'm not sure. Okay. I wish my guides would give me, could you please give me what this means? Interposition. It's like a midway point, or perhaps I'm being given this energy of like, thank you so much, I'm so grateful. Like, I'm being given another word, intermission. Like, yeah, like a brief pause. okay? But I feel like this person's got comfortable with the pause. I'm going to have to look up that word. I'm sorry. I'll always be honest and say, I don't know. So, you know, I'm not going to make something up for you and be pretending that I'm all knowing, because I'm not. We're all human. We're all learning. And my guides give me certain things and I'm like, what's that? So I'm going to have to look up that word, interposition. Okay, but Five of Swords, this person, a lot of inner battle conflict going on, and they tend to self-sabotage. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. They're turning their life around. They know that they were destined to meet you. Okay, I also feel that this person looks at you like you have a very different life than them. Okay, and they kind of like that you challenge them, that you always don't agree with them on things. They love that about you. That's what I'm being given. But as you can see in this Wheel of Fortune, there's two people finding their way. This person knows that destiny will bring you back together, but this person has to realize they have to sacrifice a certain behavior or a certain way of thinking in order to make some action. So, you know, of course, it's all well and good saying the universe will bring you back together, which they will. However, this person actually has to take some accountability themselves and make some moves, okay? So I feel there is an energy here of this person messaging you and actually saying they know that you're fated to be together. They know that you're the one. So there's some message about that. I would say actions speak louder than words, you know. I feel this person really means it, but unless you see physical displays of it, then, you know, of course, take it with a grain of salt. What I would say here is that this person, they're honest. Okay, so if there is any question about whether they've been telling the truth to you or if they're hiding anything, I mean, there is an energy of the truth will out. So maybe they haven't discussed something that they've been carrying with them. It's a sorrowful part of their life that they don't like to talk about. However, it influences every single part of their relationships. So this is a conversation to be had in the future, but it's not something that they're hiding from you like a person. Okay, but it could be like maybe they had a previous love relationship that they don't like to talk about, and it's made them hesitant to get into love. Maybe that's what interposition is like putting something on pause, hesitant to get into it. Maybe there's like an intervention, maybe. So please take it as it resonates. I will have to look up that word. It's bothering me now. But your outcome energy, we've got celebration. Okay, now this is a twin flame deck. So this is about, you know, you and this person. I want to pull a card on this because I want to see if this person's going to reach out and tell you some good news about themselves, okay? Or if this is like a celebration in and around like a birth date or in and around some sort of anniversary, or it could be like a message that comes through round about a time where there is a celebration. It could be a seasonal celebration, for example. This person may just reach out and say, you know, happy whatever, holidays, whatever. So let me just pull a card on it. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide? High Priestess. Five of Swords. Okay. This person's thinking about you a lot, but Five of Swords, they're still in a self-sabotage energy. They're reprogramming. Yeah, I feel the celebration card is more connected to the fact that you're going to hear from this person, that there is an open dialogue again. Okay, the High Priestess is a very important card when it comes to a twin flame connection, because it means someone is trying to reprogram cycles of repeat, unlearn behavior that they learnt when they were younger or that existed before they met their twin. So with that High Priestess, I feel there's a deep bond between you both, but it's almost like in between worlds. Okay, this person's becoming aware of their actions to self-sabotage, but they keep reaching out because they find you very attractive, of course. I would say there's a lot of physical energy here with this person. It's like they use physical expressions rather than emotional expressions of intimacy. So this person running away from intimacy because they have been hurt. But I feel it's more than that. I feel it's not the hurt. Well, of course, there's hurt there, but I feel it's more that this person is grieving somebody, okay? Yeah. And they tend to self-sabotage or keep people at arm's length. This person pushes people away. Don't get too close. I'm not lovable. There's self-loathing here. There's something in and around this person that they absolutely have to resolve before you can have a healthy relationship with this person. Again, do not wait for this person's energy. When the moment is right, you'll be drawn together. You haven't seen the last of this person. With the Ace of Wands, there's a transformative energy about this person because they're becoming aware of their self-sabotaging patterns, okay? It's like they leave a bit of destruction everywhere they go. It's like they just push people away. And I feel like you got too close. And they're like, no, brakes, put the brakes on. So will it be resolved? I would say the Ten of Swords is the end of something. It's like it's got to a position where it can't go any further, okay? So I need to pull a card on that Ten of Swords because ultimately Ten of Swords is closure. It's the end. But it can also be the end of pain, the end of a painful situation. It can be like someone opening up to the burden that they've been carrying. Swords are all about communication. They're about thoughts coming into form, where we communicate how we've been feeling, how we've been holding it all together, especially since it's partnered with the Tower, which is to hold something in, to hold everything together until it has to collapse, it has to come out. So, you know, the Ten of Swords can actually be like an old way of thinking kind of being dispersed. It can be learning the lesson from something that has been very painful to release and free one up from patterns that no longer serve the union. So that's why I want to pull a card on that Ten of Swords. Swords are all about communication and truth. So I feel two people here hurting, but for different reasons, if that makes sense. And again, I'm not here to make you feel sorry for this person or anything. Queen of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles, okay? So each time, I mean, in their energy, this is all about how they feel about you, okay? They had to sacrifice the union in some way. They know that you're destined to be together, but there's an inner battle going on, and there's conflict. And of course, when I clarified in their energy about you, the King and Queen of Cups came up. So there's a lot of love. This person sees that you are the person they're meant to be with, but also you're vibing at a frequency of the King of Wands. And now we've got the Queen, if I can get it up there, the Queen of Wands there. So there is a vibrational magnetism between you both, where you're both very passionate about each other. You're both attracted to each other. There's a lot of physical energy there. There is love. Of course there's love there. But I feel this is this person kind of like recognizing that it's going to be a long process, but it is savable. You know, the Ten of Swords is both of you have got to a position in the relationship where it cannot go on any further, okay? And I feel this is where the starting point truly begins, when we have to get over our own BS. And I feel that's where this person's at. They realize they have to get over the obstacle of their own excuses or their own self-sabotaging ways, okay? So Seven of Pentacles is basically being open to a crossroads. There has to be another way because this way is not working. So, I mean, what I'm getting, because Seven of Pentacles, if you look up the meaning of the card, it means patience and hard work. This is a savable relationship. But right now, it's not fulfilling in its present form. So, because I'm clarifying the Ten of Swords there, is it over? I want to say no, because there's an energy of investment in this. This person's not going to just leave it there. But because you are at a vibration where you can't do this anymore, Ten of Swords, this conversation, for example, could start with, okay, I want to get closure, or, you know, I want to talk about the end of this relationship, or I regret, because I feel this person has a lot of regret. They may even open it up. The conversation will be, I regret how this ended, or how things broke down, or how I didn't tell you that I was struggling with this thing and it got in the way of this. So I'm just going to pull one more decisive card with the Ten of Swords. Is this the end of this relationship? Because all the other cards point to no. Time. And the Nine of Cups. So Two of Wands is the waiting phase, okay? But the Nine of Cups is, you know, a fulfilling relationship, contentment, the happy ever after. It's basically, what do you wish for? Your dream can come true, but it's like both of you need to focus on your own happiness and joy right now and feel fulfilled in your own lives and recognize that, you know, your happiness is not tied up in another. However, I see with your energy, my beautiful Librans, that you've got no time for games. And the Five of Swords is presenting as someone who basically is very conflicted, self-sabotages, and needs to basically identify how they are sacrificing this union because of their actions. So I would say with that Ten of Swords, it's not the end. Okay, especially since, you know, we've got the hearts there. This is a strong indication that there is love, that there is union, that there is an opportunity to come together in love. Whenever you get this card, it means that you're both meant to be together. There is a contract that will draw you both together. There's love, there's passion, romance, and there can be fulfillment in this connection because both of you actually really love each other at grassroots. But remember, the balloons represent very delicate energy. So both of you can raise in vibrations, but it is a delicate process to come back together in union. So the Ten of Swords could also be the way that you articulate each other's feelings, you know, because that has the potential to burst the balloon. So it could be, you know, the way that someone expresses themselves can be very damaging to the union, especially when it is a very delicate, like, coming together process. It's like both parties need to be honest, but also mindful of how their words can wound, because it can break down the process of healing. So yeah, it could be that as well. We have the Star, which is healing. I didn't even realize you had the Star energy there. I don't tend to look at the cards until I get to them. But this is a very strong indication that, you know, you and this person can align to a period of healing and you can reach for healthier options in the relationship. It indicates both of you need to embrace this new energy because it is a new phase. And that's what that Ten of Swords is meaning, the new phase of the relationship, because the old way is not working. The old way has broken down in communication. There's a defensiveness there. It hurts. There's a lot of pain to unpick. Ten of Swords is betrayal, okay? And I feel because your person has the cross there, Ten of Swords can also indicate like ultimate sorrow. Doesn't have to be betrayal, but please apply it to your situation. They've got the cross, which means, you know, they have had some pain that they've carried with them, and it has influenced the way that they love in this relationship, which has caused you pain. So I feel you're very unclear about what's gone down here, but this person, I feel, will illuminate you. This is a card of getting the answers that you seek. So I feel, you know, this is going to be a transformative time for you in your twin flame dynamic. And there is the awakening. The Tower breaks down all that is not secure in order to rebuild. But the Tower is also an indication that there has been a cycle of repeat here, where both parties got, I don't want to say complacent, but you got used to a certain way of doing something in the union, and it's just played out over and over. And now, you know, that lightning bolt represents, because normally in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, there's a lightning bolt that hits the top of the Tower, which is like a sudden epiphany, a realization that we cannot continue this. Something needs to change. Things become so uncomfortable in the twin flame dynamic. It forces change. So I feel you and your person are at a pinnacle point in your relationship in the next 6 weeks where there has to be a leap of faith. Both parties need to just take that leap and trust that if you surrender to the union, things can be in an energy to rebuild and heal. So as you can see, we've got the time there. I would say divine timing. The Tower, I'm going to pull a quick card on it before I move forward, because this is like a very important stage. When frequencies are elevating, it means there's no room for any of the stuff that's holding us back. So it shatters outdated beliefs. It shatters old frequencies when a party is spiritually, you know, evolving. So I feel this is a positive change, but it could also indicate that there is a shock here. And that's why I kind of indicate here with some of the energy that maybe about 2% of you, it's actually quite small, but some of you may bump into your twin at a celebration or some sort of event, and you're not expecting to see this person. But some of you, I feel it's more that you're shocked that this person reaches out and speaks. Ace of Pentacles, yeah, that they offer, they reach out. And actually, I feel like they want something healthy. You know, this is the seed of like a healthy union, but I feel it's not there yet, okay? This person, Five of Swords, they're not quite there, okay? But can there be resolution in the future? The answer is yes. And for those of you who are like, I cannot do this anymore, I'm done completely, I feel there's an opportunity for you to meet someone new, okay? But I see how tough it was to get you to that position. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Librans? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of? Okay. Now, we got hurting you was never my intention. And I feel that is true of this person. I feel like they are very aware that they hurt you. And I do feel with their energy, there's a lot of regret. So there will definitely be a conversation in the future about how they hurt you and how they regret it. And I feel there will be an apology that's offered in time. It's not going to be in the next 6 weeks. Got to be honest with you on that, but I do see it coming through. I'm trying to move on from cycles, which I feel is definitely something this person is trying to do. They're not there yet. It's a process. And I always say, please do not wait for a person. You know, get busy living your own life and the universe will draw you back together when the moment is right. It says, please give me time to open up. Now, I got to be honest with you, my beautiful Librans. I feel like you've given this person ample time, right? But sometimes people find it harder to resolve things within themselves than other people. Some people are better at healing pain or trauma or compartmentalizing things than other people. And we can never judge another person because we never truly walk in their shoes. We may have similar experiences, but we have different coping mechanisms. So I feel it's important to recognize that another person's journey is that. It is their journey, and we have to focus on our own. And when the universe deems it is divine timing to come back together in union, then of course you shall reunite. But you do have another card indicating that this person doesn't want you to give up on this. That Seven of Pentacles is savable energy. So it says here, please believe in us. This connection is worth the wait. Actions speak louder than words, okay? So I would say, although a person may perceive it as they want you to wait, I would say, just get busy doing you, which is what you're doing right now. And when the moment is right, when they truly step up in their vibration, then of course the universe will make sure you're back together. So I'll leave it like that. I'm just going to go and get a trinket or rune before we close. We got 3 there. So we have the dragonfly, which tends to represent 2 entities that are meant to be together. They have a short span contract to be together, so it feels like, you know, zipping in and out of each other's lives important, but ultimately you're destined to be together at some point, but only if the other party resolves some of the issues within themselves. So I feel you're kind of destined to be together, but I feel both of you need to like focus on your life's purpose first. We also have the key. Okay, now the key obviously represents answers being offered, a breakthrough happening. You've got the Tower, which is a literal breakthrough in a connection. The key can represent getting the answers that you seek and feeling more secure in a relationship. But it is a process. The World card key is what is connected here, because of course we've got the World energy on that key. That means learning lessons, completing the goal or completing the cycle before you can truly move on. And we've also got a pair, okay? So symbolically, meaning you both can be a pair. You can actually come together in union, but also it represents healthier options and choices in relationships, okay? So that there can be sweet reward after a period of going through some trials and tribulations. I'll leave it there. It's a very difficult dynamic, this one. I'm sending you a huge hug out there. I wish I could say to you all, oh, it's going to be resolved. You're going to be back together. It's all fine, okay? So part of me wishes none of you resonated with this reading, but I have to read the energy and be honest with what I can see. And I feel this one is a project. It's a process there, but you can resolve it in the future, okay? Actions speak louder than words, and I will leave it there. I hope something does in some way resonate with you, though, and if it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press that little notification bell. Lets you know when I update my next message. Lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Librans, and love and light.